Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Poland, Aleksandra Kubicka. And the opponent in the blue corner, representing España, Salcedo Monos Giuseppe Nicole.
Bout number 58 in the ring B, 57 kilograms women's. Please into the red corner from Romania, Andreea, ALECU.
So opening fights of this evening session, day 2 of the AIBA Youth World Championships, men's and women's, 2021.
And
Andreea, ALECU of Romania.
From Italy, Giorgia, PARADISI.
That's ALECU of Romania going to the red corner. Giorgia PARADISI of Italy making her way to the blue corner. And both of these two national champions. PARADISI winning the Italian Women's Youth National Championships in 2020. ALECU was boxed at European Championships as well as a youth and a junior, getting to the quarterfinals on both occasions.
Judge 1, Uzbekistan. Judge 2, Azerbaijan. Judge 3, Latvia. Judge 4, Korea. And Judge 5, Poland. And the referee from Sri Lanka, Siromala Tampu.
Philippines, Puerto Rico, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and the USA. Women's featherweight division, 57 kilos, as I say. Whoever wins this will make their way through to the quarterfinals. Both of these two 17 years old, 17 to 19, the age bracket for the Youth Championships. So we've got ALECU of Romania in the red.
Seconds out.
PARADISI of Italy in the blue.
Round 1.
And both of them quickly into it. PARADISI just coming forward here, letting her hands go. ALECU looks a little bit more the measured of the two so far. PARADISI just dipping that head and coming forward, just not quite windmilling those arms, but gets caught by a left hand on the way in there. She kind of just like dips her head, comes forward and just throws. And ALECU doesn't want to get drawn into too much of that. By the look of things, after just these opening 30 seconds, she looks the kind of more technically accomplished of the two. PARADISI is pretty route one, as I said. Comes forward, kind of leads with the head, just dips it off to the right-hand side slightly. You watch her there. Almost every time she comes in, she just tilts to that right-hand side a bit. But she's throwing plenty. Needs to use the jab, ALECU. This is exactly the kind of fighter that you need to use the jab against, because, as I said, she's just looking to roll forward and let her hands go, and she needs to get close to be able to do that, because there aren't any straight shots coming in from PARADISI at all. If she can find her on the end of the jab, and almost did there, ALECU. It wasn't quite full extension, but rather than just stand and engage with her there, she needs to try and shoot out that lead left hand and just offset her as she comes in. PARADISI is all kind of work rate and not very much technique. But she may well be winning this round on the back of that. Double jab there from ALECU. Right hand there from PARADISI. She never throws less than 3 shots with every combination. Left, right, left a lot of the time. Looking for a longer right hand there, ALECU, and couldn't quite reach with it. You know exactly what's coming with PARADISI. You know exactly what's coming. It's the same every single time. Head's almost cracking together on the inside there. She might stand off for a few seconds, but sooner or later, she's going to come forward and start throwing. ALECU, a youth champion, a junior champion as well in Romania. PARADISI, the 2020 youth champion in Italy.
Seconds out, please.
Well, we didn't manage to get a look at the scores at the end of the
Round 2.
first round there. So into the start of round 2. And again, PARADISI quickly onto the front foot, and she'll start quick because she's had that minute to recover. ALECU has got to work out a way of keeping her off. If she tries to go with her in this kind of fight, I think she's going to come off second best. She's got to try and use a little bit more technique here. Try and find a way of stopping PARADISI on the way in. As I said, trying to use that jab, because fighting PARADISI's fight, I don't think it's going to work for her. Good right hand there from PARADISI. Left hand from ALECU. That found the target. Good right hand from PARADISI. ALECU, as I said, she's just standing in front of PARADISI too much and trying to take her on toe-to-toe. It's proving difficult for her again. A couple just get through there again straight away. Good jab there from ALECU. That is what she needs to look to do. Reaching for the right hand there, ALECU got stuck and was in trouble for a split second there, but PARADISI didn't manage to capitalise on it. Just looking for that 1-2 again. She just ditches in that 1-2. As I said, she just kind of dips to her right, dips to her left every now and again. But those hands just never, ever stop moving. Stiff left hand there from PARADISI. Left hand comes back from ALECU. And the second round really very, very similar to the first. So these are scores for round 2, mostly in favour of PARADISI there. 4 judges going for PARADISI, 1 going for ALECU. And the first round, all 5 would have gone for PARADISI there. But she's outworking ALECU. And as I've been saying from the beginning, the way for ALECU to try and win this fight is to try and hold that technique together, look to try and get on the jab. In the early stages of round 1, it looked to me like she might be capable of doing that. But she's got sucked into PARADISI's kind of fight. And when she meets her on the inside here, this is what PARADISI does. This is obviously how she goes about every single fight that she has.
Third round.
It's a here's what I do, now try and stop me kind of approach, which can be very effective. And she's in control of this one on the scorecards, that's for sure. No sign of PARADISI slowing up. None whatsoever. ALECU, as has been the case, is trying to go with her, trying to trade with her. PARADISI again just dips that head. It's almost like she's doing a front crawl at times. I don't mean that in any kind of a derogatory way, but she just dips that head either left or right and just lets those hands go. Over the top most of the time. Kind of shallow, arcing punches, hooks. Right hand there gets through. And then she resets, gets back in front of her opponent, and she may stand off briefly, but sooner or later in she'll come, and again, it's the same thing. The same motion. Right hand on the inside there from PARADISI. You've got to be fit to fight like this. You've got to train hard. Nice solid 1-2 there from PARADISI. The Italian, she's in the blue. Andreea ALECU of Romania is in the red. Good right hand there from ALECU. Just ditched that one over the top. Into the final 30 seconds. And it's just relentless from PARADISI. It is difficult to live at this kind of pace. And as I've been saying throughout the course of the 3 rounds, if you're looking to try and match her, then that's going to be hard. The way to box her really is to try and maintain that gap, spear her on the end of the jab as she comes in, keep her turning, keep her moving. Don't just stand in front of her, which is really what ALECU did throughout the course of those 3 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of results by unanimous decision is the boxer from...
And the winner of this fight will get the winner of our next fight, which is between DYALOVA of Bulgaria and Panida KAWKANKHUN of Thailand.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring B, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, Giorgia PARADISI, Italy.
So PARADISI gets it, and she makes her way through to the quarterfinals. And 2 rounds to 1 there with the majority of the judges, 4 of the 5 judges. The other one gave it 3 rounds to 0. So the scoring in that final round was split. 3 of the judges going with ALECU, 2 going with PARADISI, but she held that lead going into the final round, so she was never really in any kind of trouble there. And she's going to be difficult to beat, as I mentioned, but it's technique that is going to beat PARADISI. If you're going to try and match her for aggression or work rate and fight her kind of fight, then it's going to be hard. But if you just got that little bit more composure, and particularly a good jab, then I think you could have the tools to get the win against it.
Bout 15-9 in the ring B, 57 kilogram. Please into the red corner from Bulgaria, Anna Maria DYALOVA.
Anna Maria DYALOVA of Bulgaria, bronze medalist in the 2019 Europeans at youth level.
And please to the blue corner from Thailand, Panida KAWKANKHUN.
DYALOVA making her way towards the red corner.
And the judges this bout: 1 Korea, 2 Slovakia, 3 Turkey, 4 Israel, 5 Russia, and the referee from Guatemala, Pastor Emerson.
In the blue corner, Panida KAWKANKHUN. Won national titles at junior level and youth level in Thailand. DYALOVA is the more experienced of these two, as I mentioned, a bronze medalist in the Europeans at youth level in 2019. Boxed in the European juniors in 2017. Got to the quarterfinals of the European youth scene in 2022, and actually looks like she's come down from lightweight to featherweight. She boxed at 60 kilos in that Euros in 2020. So DYALOVA in the red, KAWKANKHUN in the blue. And whoever wins this will face Giorgia PARADISI, who we've just seen.
Round 1.
So DYALOVA boxing for Bulgaria in the red in the southpaw stance, and KAWKANKHUN has started off southpaw as well. DYALOVA looks like a kind of traditional in and out amateur fighter. You look how balanced she is on those feet. KAWKANKHUN looks fairly similar, to be honest. DYALOVA looking to get in, throw a couple, use those feet, get back out again. A lot of shaping, a lot of posturing, but both of these two just slightly out of range at the moment. Lead hand there of KAWKANKHUN almost reached. Well, the referee's very quick there to tell them to engage. Pastor Emerson of Guatemala, the man in charge, wants to see some action. Left hand there from KAWKANKHUN. Wasn't a million miles away, didn't quite get through clean. When you look at him side on like that, KAWKANKHUN has got the longer levers. Good left hand there from KAWKANKHUN. Just stepped in and threw it straight down the middle. A more kind of smearing, wider left hand there from DYALOVA also found the target. KAWKANKHUN has definitely got the reach here, 100%. If she can throw straight shots, then, well, there's just a little bit of tape, I think, trailing from the kind of cuff of the glove there, which they need to trim off and get rid of. There's that left hand again from KAWKANKHUN, and she's got a good chance of landing that when she throws it. DYALOVA's got to get closer and just looking to try and distract with that lead glove there, the fighter in red. Just slightly short KAWKANKHUN with the left. Snatching a bit with the left hand there, KAWKANKHUN. Sometimes wants a little bit too long to set it up, only seems to really want to throw it when it's the perfect opportunity. She may as well just snap out that 1-2, use that lead hand, that jab, throw that left hand, shoot it straight down the middle, because, as I said, she has got the reach here, and when they're just kind of standing off each other like this, that's when DYALOVA will look to close the gap. If KAWKANKHUN's not doing anything, then that gives her the opportunity just to steal that bit of space. But KAWKANKHUN, if she just stays busy with that lead hand, just pecking with it, throwing that left hand, can stay nice and loose with it, doesn't take up loads of energy, then that's the way really you would think to keep DYALOVA off it. Not much in that opening round. And all the judges there go for DYALOVA. 10-9s all round. Wasn't a lot to pick. KAWKANKHUN got through with a couple of good straight southpaw backhands, but all 5 have gone for DYALOVA, who was probably on the front foot more, maybe was slightly the more aggressive of the two. In terms of clean punches landed, it was fine margins there.
Seconds out, please.
So KAWKANKHUN now with a mountain to climb. She's got to take this second round, and that's the interesting thing about having the live scoring, the open scoring. We see it, the corners see it. They've got monitors down at ringside, so if we ever have the odd round where it doesn't appear on our screen, you can be sure that they do know. And what it tells that Thai corner is that they have got to win this second round. Left hand short there from KAWKANKHUN. KAWKANKHUN doing a good job of keeping the gap there. DYALOVA can't reach her from there. Good 1-2 there from KAWKANKHUN, and it's exactly that kind of range where she just needs to throw. Jab left hand, jab left hand. Just keep that distance, because she can reach from there and DYALOVA can't. It's as simple as that. And that's what she's doing in this round so far, and doing a good job of it. She seems to have found that distance well. Again, another good solid left hand there. And she's at exactly the right range here. There's not really anything DYALOVA can do about this. And again, she's right on the end of that 1-2, and again. And she's scoring with it every single time. She's doing exactly what I was asking for in that opening round, which is just throw those hands, throw those hands. And there's a standing count. And this is very effective stuff from KAWKANKHUN. She's using that reach. It's not complicated. She doesn't need to do anything different. Just keep throwing it. Keep throwing it, nice and loose. And DYALOVA has got to get inside it, onto the inside. And that's a hard thing to do when those gloves are just travelling towards her every single time she looks to move forward. And KAWKANKHUN has just changed the fight completely in this second round. And again there. She's a nice, loose, fluid kind of a fighter anyway. Stepped in slightly closer there and worked to the body, but she doesn't even really need to do that. Good left hand again. And she's just spearing DYALOVA with that basic 1-2. Absolute fundamentals that she's employing, and it's working. think a gum shield has come out there, right above me, just a couple of feet away from my replay screen. So final few seconds of round 2 and KAWKANKHUN has dominated this round. Good left hand on the inside, DYALOVA trying to close the gap, just trying to swarm it. But a left hand gets through again there, and that is interesting from DYALOVA. She put her right leg across KAWKANKHUN there and almost looked like she was trying to throw her over that outstretched leg. That was questionable. The referee got a good look at it, decided it wasn't deliberate. We'll need to give her the benefit of the doubt there. It didn't look great on first glance, I have to say. Well, that's a good round for KAWKANKHUN. Just letting those hands go. Found the distance, found the range, and she just kept throwing and throwing. There wasn't really anything that DYALOVA could do about it. 2 scores of 10-8 in there, and that doesn't surprise me because that was dominant. And that's what the judges are looking to interpret at ringside, how dominant was either fighter, and that has edged her ahead on 2 of those cards. 3 are tied up at 19 apiece, and 2 have got it 19-18 in favour of KAWKANKHUN, and she just needs to go out and do the same thing again in the final round. DYALOVA will have to put it on her. She will have to, because they will know in that Bulgarian corner that she is behind.
Seconds out, please. Third round.
So it's the third round. Panida, KAWKANKHUN of Thailand with a lead in the blue. Anna Maria DYALOVA of Bulgaria in the red, and she's just got to do everything she can now to get inside that superior reach of KAWKANKHUN, get onto the inside and get her work done. But KAWKANKHUN, I don't think it's in any mood to allow that to happen. Again, just keeping that distance. Got caught there though as she was trying to pull back out, threw the 1-2 herself and just stayed where she was, slightly admiring her own work, and got clipped a couple of times as a result. There's that 1-2. Good left hand there from DYALOVA as she just walks her back towards the ropes. Right hand got through there from KAWKANKHUN. Nice 1-2 again there from the Thai fighter, and the left hand scores once more. DYALOVA just trying to pour everything into this. And just standing off KAWKANKHUN. Trying to jab away in, but it was just a little bit half-hearted, that from the Bulgarian. She's having a better round in the third, DYALOVA, than she did in the second, but the clean punches are being landed, the cleaner punches, the greater volume of them as well, are being landed by the fighter wearing blue. Left hand from DYALOVA. Both of these two tiring, entering the final minute of this contest. Looking for that left hand again there. KAWKANKHUN just crashes through with that straight left hand, and fatigue definitely playing a part for these two, reaching the finale here. Final 20 seconds, KAWKANKHUN just pushing those hands out again, and the referee just having a quick word with DYALOVA about pushing off with the kind of heel of her glove, the palm of her glove. The clapper goes at ringside, the signal 10 seconds remaining, and it's been a tighter third round. The first round was relatively tight. DYALOVA got a nod in that one. I didn't think there was much to pick, to be honest. KAWKANKHUN has won the second round, and my money, has won that third round as well. She certainly seems to think so. And it's just that 1-2 is just the classic old 1-2 that has done the business for it. DYALOVA, though, coming forward, they did have success in that third round. As I say, there wasn't a massive amount to pick between the two of them in that third session. Giorgia PARADISI awaits the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout in the ring B by split decision. From blue corner, Panida, KAWKANKHUN, Thailand.
It's KAWKANKHUN who gets it by split decision there. And as you look at the scores, it is tight. It is tight. She had that slight advantage going into the third and final round, but she's managed to get the job done there. Split scoring in that final round. As I said, it was quite a difficult one to pick, that final round. Israel going for DYALOVA, 1 draw, and the other 3 cards going in the direction of Panida KAWKANKHUN. So we'll see her against Giorgia PARADISI in the quarterfinals. And that'll be an interesting fight, actually, because PARADISI will just come forward and come forward and come forward, and she'll need that 1-2 KAWKANKHUN. She will really need it. She'll need to keep snapping it out again and again and again and again, even more than she did against DYALOVA. Well, PARADISI will be on her.
Bout number 60 in the ring B, 57 kg. Please into the red corner. From Poland, Julia SZEREMETA. And please to the blue corner, from Montenegro, Bojana GOJKOVIC.
Well, this, I think, is going to be a very interesting fight because GOJKOVIC has got some serious credentials. Gold medalist at the European Women's Youth Championships in 2020, gold in the European Juniors in 2019,
Judge
and
1, Armenia, Judge 2, Latvia.
another gold in the European Juniors in 2018.
Judge 4, Bulgaria, and Judge 5.
SZEREMETA, meanwhile,
Mongolia,
that's who we're looking at there, boxing for Poland.
Kim Yeong-in,
Got a bronze
Korea.
in the European Youths in 2020. That was a lightweight. She's now down at featherweight. And she's also picked up a bronze medal in the European Juniors. So groaning trophy cabinets for both of these two, but GOJKOVIC of Montenegro has won plenty of gold medals, has moved up through the weights in the last 3 years, as you would expect. She's 17 years old. In 2018, she was 50 kgs for that gold medal in the European Juniors. In 2019, she was 52 for that other gold medal. Then last year at 57 for that European Youth gold medal. So SZEREMETA of Poland in the red, GOJKOVIC of Montenegro in the blue.
Round 1.
So into the first round, and GOJKOVIC quickly into the centre of the ring. He's looking right hand there from SZEREMETA. I think just came in, knocked GOJKOVIC off balance slightly. Lively start here, looking for the double jab there, GOJKOVIC. Didn't really manage to land it. close there. SZEREMETA, I think, slightly got the better of that exchange. Dropping the gloves there, GOJKOVIC, just seeing if she can attempt something from SZEREMETA. Launched the 1-2 there, the Montenegrin, but it didn't quite reach. Good jab there from GOJKOVIC. GOJKOVIC just trying to lure SZEREMETA in there, backing into the ropes, encouraging her to attack. SZEREMETA duly obliged through the right hand, and GOJKOVIC was looking to try and counter. That's what that was about. She was almost trying to set a trap for her there. A little bit clumsy with the right hand there from SZEREMETA. GOJKOVIC, I think, just managed to get through with the left. Good fight this, midway through round one. These two look fairly evenly matched. Right hand there from GOJKOVIC. SZEREMETA, though, working well inside. A right hand over the top there, though, from GOJKOVIC. Sees her probably win that exchange. GOJKOVIC looking for the jab. Just leaning in with the head there, just kind of offering that up as a target. Holds those hands low, trying to tempt SZEREMETA. Decent looking jab there from GOJKOVIC, very briefly. Turns southpaw. She's just beginning to dictate terms a bit towards the end of this final round, into the final minute of round one. SZEREMETA came out quick, and GOJKOVIC had to match that. That's a decent jab there from SZEREMETA. Looking at the referee there, GOJKOVIC, and as she did so, SZEREMETA just closed in and let her hands go. Defend yourself at all times. Final 10 seconds of the round, and again, it's GOJKOVIC who just has slightly the better of that. And she's tended to have the final word, particularly in the second half of the round there. Good opening round, that, though. Entertaining stuff, but as it progressed, you just got the feeling that of these two, GOJKOVIC has got a bit more in her armoury, a bit more in her arsenal. SZEREMETA, what she was trying was having success early on, but more fleetingly as we went down the stretch. Although she's got it with 3 out of the 5 judges. There was very, very little in that. I probably would have gone GOJKOVIC. Just 2 out of 5 judges going the way of the Montenegrin, 3 going for SZEREMETA. Good left hand there from GOJKOVIC. She just looks to me to have just that bit more
Seconds out, please.
variety. But she'll know which way those cards have gone in the opening round, or at least her
Round 2.
Her coaching team will. Good right hand there from GOJKOVIC. SZEREMETA came in and she just clipped her with the right as she looked to move forward. Nicely timed. SZEREMETA just trying to fake, just dipping in and out with that front foot, seeing if she can get GOJKOVIC to commit. GOJKOVIC does plant the feet and look for a kind of wide swinging right hand. Didn't land with it. Just dipped ahead and got onto the inside there. SZEREMETA threw a left hook. SZEREMETA again just closing the distance there, looking for the right hand, and GOJKOVIC just finding that a little bit difficult to deal with at the moment as they get set on the inside, and SZEREMETA just balls forward again. The heads almost cracked together there. It's quite untidy in the second round so far. But it was at about this point of the round in the first round that I felt, at least, that GOJKOVIC started to get a bit more of a grip of things as SZEREMETA just began to slow down. This first half of round 2 has been SZEREMETA so far, I would say. Looking for an uppercut on the inside there, GOJKOVIC. Not really able to land it, just pushing off with the forearm, and the referee has a quick word about that, and also trapping the arm on the blind side of the referee. It's the final minute of round 2. Youth and junior European champion GOJKOVIC. Bronze medals in the trophy cabinet of SZEREMETA. SZEREMETA of Poland in the red, GOJKOVIC of Montenegro in the blue. Final few seconds, or final 30 seconds plus of the second round. In that first round, at the end of that, 3 judges have gone 10-9 SZEREMETA, 2 10-9 GOJKOVIC, so that very, very tight, and this is a close fight. A close second round, as the first round was. That was good from GOJKOVIC. He just made SZEREMETA fall short with the jab, and then punished her with the 1-2. SZEREMETA again just got up close there, and that's a big shift she's put in round 2. It'll be very interesting to see what the scores are for that round, because again, there wasn't much in that at all. Let's have a look, and it's split scoring again. 3 for SZEREMETA though, 2 for GOJKOVIC. So we've got 4 cards level at 19 apiece going into the final round. SZEREMETA has got a handy lead by 2 points with 1 judge. So she needs to take this final round with 2 of those 4 judges who have it level, whereas GOJKOVIC needs to take it with 3 of those 4 who have it level. So SZEREMETA has got a slight advantage here, and this could well just come down to
Seconds out, please.
Whose fitness, whose conditioning holds up best in this final 3 minutes. GOJKOVIC has stayed on her feet between rounds, as she has done throughout the contest so far. So third and final round, and just to remind you, 4 judges have it level, 1 round apiece, 19 points each. The other one has it 20-18 for SZEREMETA, so that gives her a fractional lead going into this third and final round. Well, that was a decent left hand there from SZEREMETA, just as she was opening out to throw her right hand, GOJKOVIC. She got hit with that, taken totally off balance. Right hand there from GOJKOVIC. But that was a real eye-catching shot. The reaction to it from GOJKOVIC told you that it had landed. Looking for the uppercut, trying to time the uppercut. The SZEREMETA came in there, GOJKOVIC. Didn't quite work. It was GOJKOVIC there who threw the combination, then just looked to kind of sink in and grab hold. SZEREMETA just working so hard here. She's on home turf, of course. This is a home championship, and it just looks like she really is absolutely determined not to be denied. Not too much clean has been landed by either one in this third and final round so far. GOJKOVIC with a short left hand there, looking for the left to the body, didn't manage to land it. SZEREMETA just dips ahead and comes in slightly clumsily there as we're heading up towards the final minute of round 3. And again, this is a really close round. The first 2 rounds have been razor thin. Good jab there again. The head snaps back of GOJKOVIC, and some of the work that SZEREMETA has done has been quite eye-catching in this final round. That could prove to be important. Into the final minute, then they both need a big finish here. Absolutely. Nice bit of work there from GOJKOVIC to stop SZEREMETA in her tracks as she was looking to throw that right hand. It was cocked and ready to go. Final 30 seconds, and Again, this is going absolutely down to the wire. If somebody can provide a big finish here, then that could be absolutely crucial. Incessant stream of advice coming in from the red corner away to my right-hand side. Bit of good work to the body there from SZEREMETA, then just jabs off the back foot. That was nice boxing. And good left hand there, and she's just finishing strongly here, and this could be very, very important. She's had a good, strong final 20 seconds there, and as I mentioned, I think in that final round, the more eye-catching work there came from SZEREMETA. She feels like she's done enough, and I would tend to agree. 2-3 times there, she landed in the final round, and you saw the head snap back, and that was earlier in the round, and it's easy for the judges to see. That kind of reaction tells them that that punch landed, and it landed clean, and it landed with some weight. 4 judges had it level at 1 round apiece going into that third and final round. The other one had SZEREMETA 2 points up, so she needs 2 of those drawn cards to be converted in her favour. GOJKOVIC needs 3 of them to go her way. I don't see that myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner in bout number 16 in the ring B by unanimous decision. From the red corner, Julia SZEREMETA.
And it's SZEREMETA who gets it by unanimous decision. As soon as we heard that, we knew that it was going to be the Pole, and that's a big scalp, taking down a European youth and junior gold medalist. And it was a good performance, really good performance.
But the winner is in the red corner, Julia SZEREMETA, Poland.
Well, he's just altered that to a split decision, actually, the announcer. So let's have a look at the scores for the final round. It's split scoring again, 2 for GOJKOVIC, 3 for SZEREMETA, and that's just a really, really close fight. A really close fight. Two 29s, 2:29.28 and a 30:27 going SZEREMETA's way. We suspected that that would be very evenly contested, and it was all the way through. We had split scoring in all 3 of the rounds. All 3 of the rounds. And as we knew going into that final round, there were 4 cards level, and SZEREMETA needed to win with 2 of those judges, and that's exactly what she did. GOJKOVIC getting the other 2. So it was 3 votes to 2 in favour of SZEREMETA there, and she will face the winner of our next fight in the quarterfinals, and that is Stalin Grossi, who we saw yesterday with a good win against Katerina Bodnarchuk of Ukraine. She's up against Hajar Bahadi of Morocco.
Bout number 61 in the ring B, 57-kilogram women's. Please into the red corner from France, Stalin Grossi.
And here's Grossi boxing for the 2nd time in 2 days. Boxed well yesterday against Bodnarchuk, was just a little bit too clever for her, a bit too cute. A youth and junior champion, national champion in France.
And to the blue corner, please, from Morocco, Hajar Bahadi.
And Bahadi herself, a youth and junior Moroccan national champion. Always difficult to know in this situation whether it's an advantage for Grossi having boxed yesterday or whether it's an advantage for Bahadi being that bit fresher. She should be fresher, but having said that, Grossi's been out under the lights. She's been through that kind of fight ritual. Maybe more in the groove as a result.
The judges of this bout, 1 Sri Lanka, 2 Russia, 3 Israel, 4 Ireland, and 5 Azerbaijan, and the referee from Uzbekistan, Alexander KAMILO.
Starting to take a bit of time with the head guard there, the French team. I like the look of Grossi yesterday. She looked nice and relaxed. She looked loose. Bodnarchuk was a come-forward fighter, bigger physically, but a little bit cumbersome, and Grossi dealt with her well. Unanimous decision.
Round one.
So into the first, Bahadi of Morocco in the blue, Grossi of France in the red. Again, this in the women's featherweight division, and a place in the quarterfinals against SZEREMETA, who we've just seen, boxing for Poland, awaits the winner of this one. Bahadi looking for a big left hand there. The glove was up for Grossi. Nice left hand on the inside there, though, from Bahadi. That got through. Good 1-2 there from Grossi. Left hand just about got there, but it was the right hand that really caught the eye. Holds those gloves low, Grossi. Bahadi, on the other hand, has them pretty high for the most part. They're just framing that face, that head guard, that might just leave the body a little bit open for her at times. Quite cagey, this, in the opening round. But that's a good combination from Grossi as Bahadi came forward. Bahadi's been caught 4, 5, 6 times there. Rapid hand speed there from Grossi. He seems happy enough just to wait for Bahadi to make a move. I think she feels like Bahadi is by nature a more come-forward fighter, and if she just stands off, it will get to the point where Bahadi will just commit. And I think she feels that when that happens, she's got the speed to be able to beat her to the punch. Good couple of jabs there, followed by the right hand from Grossi, and a lovely 1-2 there as well. She's boxing nicely this opening round. There's that right hand again. Tucking up well there, Grossi. Got the gloves up and then exploded out with the right hand again there with the left. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Right hand, 1-2, followed by another right hand from Grossi. And Bahadi just can't really do anything with her at the minute because whatever she's throwing isn't really reaching. And there she extends with the right hand, doesn't get there. Grossi pulls back, right hand, straight onto the target. And Grossi gets it, 10-9 across the board. You could have made an argument there that you could have seen the odd 10-8 in there, I think. In terms of clean punches landed, she was a mile ahead of Bahadi. Head just getting bounced around there, Bahadi, by Grossi.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
into the second round, and Grossi picks up where she left off with a nice sharp right hand. BAHADI trying to muscle away onto the inside, but the problem is that Grossi's having the better of this any which way. She keeps it on the outside. Then she can find the target if they engage close up. That's a lovely left hand there, just a little dip of the shoulder, takes her off the punching line and then shovels that left hand up. She's got some real quality, Sterling Grossi, and assuming she continues in this vein and wins this fight, then that quarter-final between her and Giulia Gemmaretta is going to be absolutely terrific. No lack of effort here from BAHADI, none whatsoever. Good jab there from BAHADI. Grossi just falling short with that 1-2. Again, though, just flicks that jab up from the waist. Good 1-2 there from Grossi. You see her just take the feet back there. She makes BAHADI fall short, and then she makes her pay for it. Right hand just pops through again there from Grossi. BAHADI, as I've been saying, she's trying to force the pace here. She's trying to unsettle Grossi, trying to make her uncomfortable, trying to get onto the inside, but you cannot match her for hand speed, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. BAHADI there led off in that exchange. Grossi saw it, and then is just able to respond and beat her to the punch. And there's really not that much that BAHADI can do about this, quite honestly. They just got to keep her going in the corner. There's that right hand again from Grossi. Good judgment of distance once more. Grossi staying on her feet between rounds. Looks nice and fresh. Boxed last night. Did the 3 rounds against Bodnarchuk. A 10-8 there from Sadie Duffy. That's fair enough. As I said, I wouldn't have been surprised if I saw a 10-8 sneak in those scores for the first round. So she's got a substantial margin here. Sterling Grossi. That's that left hand there. She just dips away to the left, pivots, kind of screw shot, throws that left hand. It's really good to watch this.
Third round.
So into the third and final round, Sterling Grossi with clear water. She's in the red, comfortably out in front against Hajar BAHADI of Morocco. Good right hand there again from Grossi, just stepping in, letting her hands go, and it looks like she's certainly got the motivation here to try and dominate this third round every bit as much as she has the first 2. She's got a good rhythm about her boxing. Nothing's really forced. As I said, it's loose, it's fluid. Doesn't really load up too much on anything. Little dab jab there from Grossi gets through, and BAHADI, she's held her boxing together well. She's not really come apart at any stage, but it's just very difficult to find a way in against Sterling Grossi. Just jabbing off the back foot there, Grossi, as Bahadi looked to try and close the gap on it. As I said a round or so ago, I'm already looking forward to that fight between Giulia SZEREMETA and Sterling Grossi in the quarterfinals. SZEREMETA brings some heat, as we saw in that previous fight when she got the better of GOJKOVIC. It should be a good blend of styles, that. Solid right hand again, and the referee just steps in with a standing count. When she throws that 1-2, the jab often doesn't quite make it, but it's there just to gauge the distance, just to kind of pull that right hand through like a lasso almost. Good jab there from Grossi into the final 30 seconds, and give Bahadi credit here because she's never given up the ghost here. She's always been looking to throw, always been looking to get onto the front foot. She's not a bad fighter, just she's been up against somebody who these last 2 days has boxed really, really well. So that goes the bell at the end of the round, and that will be another round win for Grossi, and that will be a comprehensive win for her to take her through to the quarterfinals against Giulia SZEREMETA, and that is going to be one to look forward to. And that will come in the afternoon on the 18th, so that is on Sunday. So they've got a good rest, these women's featherweights, before their next in action.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring B, win on points by unanimous decision from the red corner, Stanley Grossi, France.
Confirmed there as a win for Sterling Grossi. And some 10-8s in that third and final round. I think there was a standing count, of course. Four 10-8s, in fact. So that is a dominant performance from the young Frenchwoman. Bahadi just couldn't match her. Just couldn't match it. Try as she might, and she certainly did that. Great use of the feet. Just able to pull herself slightly back out of range by taking that weight onto the back foot, but she was still poised and ready to strike.
About 60.
Great right-hand counter there. That's a perfect example of what I was talking about. So now we go into the women's lightweight division, and same story here. This is the bottom half of the draw, and these fighting for places in the quarterfinals. And this is Saule KARDOKAITE of Lithuania, a junior and youth national champion, but she was up at 64 kgs last year when she won that youth title, now down at 60.
Cheaper. From Moldavia.
And from Moldova, Cristina Chipper, bronze medalist at the 2020 European Youth Championships.
And the judges of this bout. 1 Turkey to Israel. Three Guyana, 4 Bulgaria, and 5 Slovakia. And the referee of this bout from Mongolia, gunboat Badmaarag.
Удобно?
18 fighters in the draw at lightweight for the women. Gunboat Badmaarag of Mongolia in charge. So KARDOKAITE of Lithuania in the red and Chipper of Moldova in the blue.
Round 1.
KARDOKAITE, southpaw, Chipper, orthodox fighter. KARDOKAITE finding the target a couple of times early on there. And Chipper is stooping, bringing that head in quite low, looking to get close and work those hands. KARDOKAITE has got the height advantage, but is just getting put onto the back foot a little bit here. She started quite well with a couple of snappy 1-2s, but Chipper is just getting on top of her here. Good right hand there again from Chipper, and KARDOKAITE has got to try and establish that jab as she can. And try and keep Chipper off. A good left hand there. She needs more of that, KARDOKAITE, because she's got to get the respect of Chipper. Chipper is a come forward fighter. You can see that straight away. Quite a basic approach. She will look to get inside, look to let her hands go. She's happy to kind of take one to land one. And KARDOKAITE has got a bit more science about her by the look of it. And she's got to try and employ that. Good bit of work on the inside there from KARDOKAITE. Chipper, again, just coming forward. I think she's put a lot into that first minute and a half, Chipper. Slightly weary look about some of her punches already here. That's a nice bit of work by KARDOKAITE. Just dug those toes in, found some leverage up close. And Chipper is back on top of her there. Good left hand. She doesn't need to be at that kind of range, KARDOKAITE. That's where Chipper wants it. She'll try and force the fight in that kind of territory. And there's a bit of tape has come free of the wrist there, so they need to take that down or just trim that off. Otherwise it could get in somebody's eye. Right hand there from Chipper, but a left got through from KARDOKAITE, who is finding it a little bit more regularly now as Chipper looks to try and work her way onto the inside. Good short right hand, but then Chipper gets through herself. Right hand on the inside, short right hand followed by the left there from Chipper, and I did think she was maybe fading a bit in the middle minute of this round, but she's coming in strong in the final stages of it. And she may well be winning this round as we get to the conclusion of it. Right hand there from Chipper just goes over the top, and KARDOKAITE is just holding her feet at a close range here in the pocket, which is not really where she needs to be. She's had her success where she's used that southpaw jab and looked to try and snap out that 1-2 and keep it on the outside, but she couldn't manage to do that towards the end of the round there. And if she doesn't do that, then Chipper is going to be all over her on the inside. Four judges go in favour of the blue corner. I can see why you would. I think a strong finish to the round there got to that one. Pastor Emerson of Guatemala has gone the other way. And that's what this is about, basically. It's a fairly straightforward formula to this fight. We've seen this a few times today. You've got one fighter who's a come-forward fighter. You see this in all boxing at all levels. You've got a come-forward fighter, work rate, aggression, is going to get hit. That's unavoidable. But if they can get to the range they need it at, get on top of you, rough you up, land their own punches, they're going to make life very uncomfortable. KARDOKAITE has got the height, has got the reach. She's got to try and keep this on the outside. She's got to try and use that jab, throw that 1-2, but at the right distance, and that is not the right distance. Right hand's there from Chipper, just bouncing off the face there of KARDOKAITE. She's got a jab. Shoot that jab hand out there, KARDOKAITE. Just keep jabbing. Throw it always. But Chipper, again, just swarms all over her. Left and right. Up close and personal. When there's a gap between them and KARDOKAITE doesn't throw and doesn't jab, immediately Chipper will take that as an invitation just to step into that space and get to work. And then when they're at that range, she is going to come off better. Good example there. Good example there. She's got to throw the jab in that situation. KARDOKAITE didn't, and Chipper is right up on her. Straight left hand there from KARDOKAITE. Left hand high on the head there from KARDOKAITE. But Chipper again is just all over her like a rash. Midway point of the fight just gone, and this is a tiring way to fight though for Cristina Chipper, that's for sure. This takes a lot out of you. Strong right hands on the inside again there though. And I think it's taking plenty out of KARDOKAITE. That was a good bit of head movement, just rolled away to a left hand side but didn't punch off that head movement. And Chipper just makes you work when you don't want to work. Right hand on the inside there from KARDOKAITE, but again, Chipper comes in with right hands. And what she doesn't do, Chipper, is load up with anything. She just keeps those hands busy, keeps throwing. The sheer volume is just difficult to contend with. But it does look like the tank is emptying for Chipper towards the end of the round. But still, she just keeps pumping out those hands. And this is her round again. Grimace on the face there of KARDOKAITE as she heads back to the corner, and Chipper just spitting out the gum shield almost has put a titanic effort in those opening couple of rounds, and we'll see the scores, but for me it's enough to give her a clear lead, and it is with the judges as well. So 4 judges have got her 2 points ahead. Pastor Emerson gave her that round as well, having given the first to KARDOKAITE, so he's got it level. So Chipper really having put in a phenomenal shift in those opening 2 rounds. If she does tire in this 3rd round, then she's got room. She's got some breathing space, basically.
Seconds out, please. Third round.
So 3rd and final round. Saule KARDOKAITE of Lithuania in the red, Cristina Chipper of Moldova in the blue, and it's Chipper who is in the lead. A couple of rounds up with 4 of the judges. KARDOKAITE coming out more aggressive at the start of round 3, which he absolutely has to. But she's got to win this round big to get herself back into this. very doable in AIBA boxing. Judges are not reluctant to give 10-8s if a fighter is dominant enough, 10-7s, sometimes even 10-6. And Chipper just continues to try and climb onto the inside here. She really knows only one way. Letting that right hand go, that was close. KARDOKAITE just takes a big gulp of air. And as I said, even if she does manage to take this final round, KARDOKAITE, unless it's 10-8s, then Chipper has got enough banked in terms of points in those opening 2 rounds to get her over the line. Just walking forward there, Chipper, those gloves just kind of following her feet. And technically, she does make really quite a lot of mistakes, but she puts you under so much pressure that unless your technique is solid and you've got the composure to go with it and you've got a bit of snap on that jab, then it's just very difficult to deal with her. And Chipper, for the first time there, just kind of takes a step off, a backward step. There's only a few seconds remaining now. This 3rd round has probably been the most even of the fight. Good left hand there from KARDOKAITE right at the end. She might have done enough to nick that final round, but I think it's probably still going to be Chipper's on work rate. And at times there, even mid-round in the 1st round, she looked a little bit spent, the fighter in blue, but she always just managed to suck it up and just keep pouring out those punches.
Ladies and gentlemen, in ring B, win on points by unanimous decision from the blue corner, Cristina Chipper.
So Cristina Chipper gets it of Moldova. She goes through to the quarterfinals, unanimous decision. So 4 cards have found 3-0 in her favour, and the Guatemalan judge, courtesy of having given KARDOKAITE the opening round, has got it 2-1 there, Pastor Emerson. Everybody else has got it 3 rounds 2-0. So Chipper through, and she will fight the winner of our next fight in the quarterfinals.
Bout number 63 in the ring B, 60 kilograms, women's. Please into the red corner from Czech Republic, Veronika GAJDOVA.
Veronika GAJDOVA of the Czech Republic, boxing out of the red corner. Czech Youth National Champion 2020. That was at 64 kilos.
And to the blue corner from Mongolia, Badmaarag GANZORIG.
Badmaarag GANZORIG of Mongolia in the blue corner, 2019 Asian Youth Championships bronze medalist.
And the judges of this bout: 1, Armenia; 2, Uzbekistan; 3, Jordan; 4, Korea; 5, Azerbaijan; and the referee Leonidas Hanevichis, Latvia.
So that's Badmaarag GANZORIG of Mongolia in the blue corner. Two-time Mongolian youth champion, two-time Mongolian junior champion as well. And Veronika GAJDOVA of the Czech Republic.
Round 1.
Mongolian fighter GANZORIG in the blue, boxing out of the southpaw stance, and GAJDOVA of the Czech Republic in the red orthodox. You see a lot of southpaws from Mongolia, you really do. Those lead hands just clashing at times. Right hand there flashed from GAJDOVA, didn't quite land. She looks for that right hand a lot by the look of it, GAJDOVA. She's thrown it repeatedly since the start of the fight. Again, happy to lead off with that right hand, and that time it speared straight through the guard and we found the target there. GANZORIG, I think, felt that one a little bit. GANZORIG trying to work her way onto the inside a little bit more there. Right hand to the body that time, GAJDOVA. She really is kind of all right hand from what we've seen so far, but it is fairly effective. Again, it gets through there, followed by the jab, kind of reverse 1-2. Lead right hand again there, just crashes into the jaw of GANZORIG, who's finding this difficult to combat at the moment. Throws her own 1-2, ends up close. There's a body shot there maybe from GAJDOVA, which just, I think, might have taken the steam out of GANZORIG a little bit, because she all of a sudden just started backpedaling towards the ropes. Looks okay now, but then grabs hold close in. I just wonder whether she felt one of those a little bit, because she's quite happy to hold on at the minute, heading into the final minute of round 1. That's better from GANZORIG, but they're made to miss with that left hand, and GAJDOVA very eager to come back with the right. Didn't really land it, but that was a neat bit of work, and she just pushes GANZORIG back towards the ropes. I think the Mongolian felt the referee might call to break, but he didn't. Then the right hand again just spears through, and another right hand, and And she's struggling with this, Badmaarag GANZORIG, up with a kind of tall, rangy fighter in GAJDOVA, who is all right hand, but it's an effective right hand. Nines across the board there for GAJDOVA. Easy round to score. So she's got her nose in front after round one. And GANZORIG has got to come up with some answers in round two.
Seconds out, please. Round two.
Well, taking every second they possibly could in the Mongolian corner there. And a bit of tape has come loose from the wrist there as well. So just a few more seconds respite for both of these two into the second round. GAJDOVA of Czech Republic in red, GANZORIG of Mongolia in blue. And again, she just looks to get to work with that right hand GAJDOVA straight away. GANZORIG just trying to rush her and get close and cramp her for room with that right. That's what she needs to do. She's got to try and take that right hand away somehow. But when she throws that right, she brings it back nice and quick. Good example there. That didn't quite get there, but she brings it straight back. Just bounces back if it doesn't land, even when it does land. 1-2 to the body there from GANZORIG. And she's having a better round here, GANZORIG, but it's still GAJDOVA, you'd say, who's on top here. But she's managing to cramp her for room a bit more effectively, and that's what she needs to do, because she needs space to throw that right-hand GAJDOVA. She throws it straight and long pretty much every single time. But as well as negate that right hand, GANZORIG has got to try and get some quality work of her own done. Good jab there from GAJDOVA. There's that straight right hand. And now she's established the distance that she needs again here, and she'll just pump that right hand through. 1-2 there from GANZORIG, but she took the feet back there. GAJDOVA was out of range. Jabbing a bit more in this second round, the Czech fighter. Bell goes. Right hand to finish off the round there for GAJDOVA. And as I say, GANZORIG did better in that second round, but it was still GAJDOVA who dominated it. Again, courtesy of that right hand. Two judges that have gone 10-9 there in favour of GANZORIG, but the other three have gone for GAJDOVA, so she's got a 2-point margin with 3 out of those 5 judges, and she just needs to stay ahead with those 3, and she's won this fight. I thought that was quite a clear round for GAJDOVA myself. GANZORIG did better than she did in the first round, but not well enough to win it.
Seconds out. Third round.
So third and final round. Badmaarag, GANZORIG and Mongolia in the blue. Veronika GAJDOVA of Czech Republic in the red. And it's GAJDOVA who is 2 points up on 3 of the 5 cards. The other 2 are level. So GANZORIG has got it all to do heading into this third and final round.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout is the boxer from
Again, just sticking with that right hand. Heads just cracking together on the inside there. No damage suffered by either one, and GANZORIG gets close and looks for that left hand. Too far out that time with the right guide of it. Good right hand there from GANZORIG, swung that one up from the waist. Just before that, GAJDOVA landed her own right hand. And then she just managed to slip inside that right hand there, GANZORIG. That's something that she's not really managed to do. And there again, she throws the right hand GAJDOVA. She just dips to her left hand side and looks to counter with the left hand. And that's really the way to do it if you're GANZORIG, to try and take that right hand away, but still be in range to supply a punch of your own. But we're deep into the third round now, and she's got a slight problem with the head guard. She needs a huge round if she's going to turn this around on the cards here, GANZORIG. And this will be a good scout for GAJDOVA. Just turned 18. Good combination there from GANZORIG, who works her way to the body as well. It's the final minute of round 3. The winner of this one goes through to face Cristina Chipper. And GAJDOVA lost to Chipper actually in the Adriatic Pearl Youth Tournament earlier this year at the semi-final stage on a split decision, so that would be a rematch for those two. Good left hand there for GANZORIG. Final few seconds, and this has been GANZORIG's best round of the fight, I would say. She might get this one with all of the judges, but that would still see her lose by split decision because she's not won this round 10-8, and she's trailing by a couple of points with 3 out of the 5 judges. Lovely right hand there, though, from GAJDOVA just to finish things off. Her feet were perfectly set. Great weight transfer as she just crunched that one through. So a good flurry to finish with there for GAJDOVA. But I do think that GANZORIG had a best round of the fight there. Probably did enough to take that final round, possibly. But it's not going to be enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the bout number 63 in the ring B, win on points with split decision. From the red corner, Veronika GAJDOVA, Czech Republic.
GAJDOVA gets it by split decision. 3 scores of 29-28, and the other two 29-28 in favour of GANZORIG. So that's about as close as it gets, really, when you look at the scores. It never really kind of felt like it because we knew that she was 2 points up with 3 judges going into that final round. GANZORIG did get that final round with all 5 judges, as I suspected she might, but she needed 10-8s. She needed 10-8s to turn that around, and you could tell from watching that third and final round that there were no 10-8s. So there was only really one way that could go. Split decision, 3 votes cast in favour of GAJDOVA and 2 for GANZORIG. So GAJDOVA will have her rematch against Cristina Chipper, and that should be a good one to watch as well, actually, in terms of the styles blending. Just looking a little bit tired with that right hand in the final round. GAJDOVA, that really is the weapon for her.
In the ring B, 60 kilograms women's. Please into the red corner from Turkey, Evin ERGINOGUZ.
Evin ERGINOGUZ of Turkey making her way to the ring. Youth national champion in 2020. Boxed in the European Youths the year before.
And please into the blue corner from Colombia, Camila Gabriela Camilo Bravo.
Camila Bravo, a 2-time youth national champion with Colombia and a junior champion as well. She was 64 kilos as a junior, actually. Came down to 60.
Judge 1, Ireland.
Over the last couple of years.
3, Sri Lanka. 4, Bulgaria. 5, Russia. And the referee from Korea, Kim Yeong-hin.
So ERGINOGUZ of Turkey in the red, Bravo of Colombia in the blue. So 2 more fights, including this one in the women's lightweight division in this evening session. And here we've got ERGINOGUZ of Turkey in the red and Bravo of Colombia in the blue.
Round 1.
Both of these two boasting a wealth of national titles between them. ERGINOGUZ also boxed in the European Youth Championships in 2019, went out early on. Good right hand there from ERGINOGUZ as Bravo was closing in. ERGINOGUZ lets those hands go. Good crunching right hand there, though, from Bravo. And that put the Turk onto the back foot. bit messy in the opening minute. Bravo tends to dip ahead a bit when she comes forward and throw those shots over the top. ERGINOGUZ stands up a little bit straighter. No one's really throwing anything from the outside. You look at them there, they're kind of on the borderline of range there. No one's really interested in throwing from there. They both want to step in, take the space, get close, and then throw bundles of punches. They're approaching it kind of the same way, and not all that much clean has got through from either one. Nice left hand there, though, from ERGINOGUZ. Well, she was short a couple of times there, ERGINOGUZ, and then just doubled down on it, committed, followed the punches in, and it was the best thing to do. Bravo looking to try and work the body there, heading up towards the final minute of round one. Pretty tight opening round so far. Good example of what I was talking about there. They're both just kind of just outside range, and then they both just move in at the same time, meet in the middle, and if anything, they just take away all of that space. And neither's really got any room to get anything done. Bravo put onto the back foot there, ERGINOGUZ with a right hand. Looking to climb into a left hook there, Bravo. Right hand came back from ERGINOGUZ. I think that was probably the better punch of the two into the final few seconds of round one. In terms of who's going to win this round, I would probably just go with ERGINOGUZ. Good left hand there, though, from Bravo. It's tight. It is tight. Slightly more effective punching for me has come from the Turkish fighter in red. We'll see. Let's have a look. Well, we've got split scoring there. No great surprise. No great surprise. As I said, it's a tight round. Tight round. 3 judges have gone for ERGINOGUZ. 2 have gone for Bravo. As I've been saying, stylistically, they're similar. Nobody wants to really try and keep it long and get on the jab. They're both just waiting for an opportunity to step into that space. And then when they get there, looking to use quick hands. The problem is that often they do it at exactly the same time and tend to cancel each other out.
Out, please.
And there really wasn't much to choose between them in that opening round at all. So into the second. Bravo with the more effective work there. ERGINOGUZ just walked into a couple. And the way they go about this, both of these two, I think the trick here for either one of them is just to allow the other one to step into that space. And back up, give yourself just a little bit of room and you'll be able to catch them on the way in. But that requires you just to hold your nerve a little bit. And Bravo did it effectively there. Maybe just took the feet back a bit too quick, caught with a right hand. And this is better from the Colombian. I think she's making the adjustments here. ERGINOGUZ, as I said, she's still looking to step forward, get onto the inside. Bravo is looking just to hold her ground a little bit more, back off slightly, and it just gives her a bit of room to work with. That's a nice right hand there, though, from ERGINOGUZ. So a slightly different look to it, the fight in this second round. We're not seeing quite so much of them just on the outside and then launching towards each other and meeting in the middle. Again, it's tight though. ERGINOGUZ coming forward, and because Bravo's backing off, she's having to really commit to that. Good right hand on the inside there from Bravo. Bravo just looking to step into a big lead left hook there. ERGINOGUZ just stepping in. Again, 2, 3, 4 punch combination, looking to try and finish on that right hand. ERGINOGUZ has been the busier of the two in this round, but I think Bravo's been happy enough to allow her to lead off. I think it's a Colombian for me who's probably been slightly more effective in that second round, but again, there's just very little to choose between the two of them. Split scoring again, so look at that. 19 apiece with all 5 judges. 3 10-9s for Bravo, 2 10-9s for ERGINOGUZ. So this on an absolute knife edge. We've not had one of these yet. Level on all cards going into the 3rd and final round. And it has been that tight. It has been that tight. I've got it 1 apiece on my own card.
Out, please.
And I really wouldn't like to predict who's going to take this over the last 3 minutes. So we've got ERGINOGUZ of Turkey in the red. We've got Bravo of Colombia in the blue. 19 apiece with all 5 judges at ringside. And a place in the quarterfinals in the women's lightweight division at stake. Looking to lead off with the left hand there, Bravo, but ERGINOGUZ had taken the feet out of range and was able to avoid it fairly comfortably. Just leaning in with the right hand there, ERGINOGUZ. When she does throw that right, she comes over the top of that front foot, but she does really commit to it. Left hand there from ERGINOGUZ. Scored. Good right hand there from ERGINOGUZ. Just beat Bravo to it. Bravo was opening out to throw herself, but ERGINOGUZ had a slightly quicker hands. Bravo really committed with the jab there, but was well short. ERGINOGUZ had taken herself out of range. Good body work there from Bravo. Not sure how much of that really got through. She seemed to drop the elbows on it fairly effectively there, ERGINOGUZ. Midway through round 3, and again, this is tight. There's nothing in this at all. Decent 1-2 there from ERGINOGUZ. Good lead left hand there from Bravo. ERGINOGUZ just walking in behind the guard there. That was slightly dangerous. Bravo, though, had just backed off. Nice right hand there from ERGINOGUZ as Bravo was, again, just looking to try and open out and throw her own right hand. It's fine margins this final round. If somebody could produce a big finish here, just a little bit of quality. They're both going to put maximum effort in. Just a little bit of quality here from either one, and that could be enough. Oh, well, that could be absolutely fatal for ERGINOGUZ because a point has been taken there, I think, for pushing down on the top of the opponent's head or something like that. And Well, it is always at the discretion of the referee if you take a point or if you don't. He didn't seem to have warned her too many times in the course of the bout up until that point. He doesn't have to. There are no rules about that kind of thing. But that's a big, big blow for ERGINOGUZ. A serious blow. Bravo. Final few seconds, just looking to work here. And that third round was, again, it was very tight, but it's the Colombian corner who looked the happier because that point was taken right towards the end there from ERGINOGUZ. And with this being level on all 5 cards going into the final round, that gives Bravo a real advantage because, again, there wasn't much to choose between the two of them. I think it will probably most likely see split scoring in that final round again, but the point deduction could well tip it over the edge there for the fighter in blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, in bout 64, win on points by unanimous decision from the blue corner, Camila.
So it's Bravo who gets it. Unanimous decision. And she got that final round on all of the cards there, I think. I just saw those scores flash up. We'll get a proper look at them in a second. And she did. She got round 3 with all of the judges, and there was the point penalty. So even without the point penalty, she would have won and gone through there, Bravo, which is good actually, because you don't want something decided by a point deduction ideally, and that wasn't the case. It's a good fight though, evenly matched. And Bravo will face the winner of our next fight, Vinka of India, who we saw yesterday actually against Daria Pantaleva of Russia, and she won by split decision, what was a very close fight.
About 65 in the ring B, 60 kilograms, women's. Please, into the red corner from India, Veronika.
As mentioned, we saw Vinka yesterday. It was a good fight against Daria Pantaleva. I thought the Russian was maybe a bit unlucky. And Vinka squeezed through by split decision. 2019, she was the Asian Women's Youth Champion.
And please, into the blue corner from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Tara Bohatiuk.
Tara Bohatiuk of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bronze medalist in the 2020 European Youths. That was at 57 kilos.
1 Uzbekistan, 2 Turkey, 3 Slovakia, 4 Mongolia, 5 Israel.
I think it's a come-forward fighter.
From Russia, Sergei Krutas.
A come-forward fighter. We saw that yesterday. She'll get on the front foot. She'll throw plenty of punches. She's physical. Bohatiuk, 17 years old, from Sarajevo. That Asian Women's Youth gold she won in 2019 was at 64 kilos. Vinka, so come down in weight for this World Youth Championships. Sergei Kruttsov of Russia in charge. So this is the final fight of the evening session in the women's lightweight division. We've still got more action to come after this. And whoever wins this will go through to face Camila Bravo in the quarterfinal. So Vinka of India in the red, Bahachuk of Bosnia and Herzegovina in the blue. Bahachuk just circling and then looking to launch in with a big right hand. She's done that a couple of times now. Kind of exaggerated upper body movement. There's a lot going on there with Bahachuk. Vinka, though, just walking forward, lands the right hand, but then eats a couple herself. She will take punches. We saw that in her fight against Pandaleva. Decent jab there from Bahachuk, who was all movement. That lead foot's off the ground sometimes when she throws that right hand, and the feet just aren't really set when she punches. There's all sorts going on with Bahachuk, really. But she's got a method of her own, and it's worked a couple of times with that right hand from distance. Vinka, though, will just walk her down, walk her down, walk her down. So a standing count there, given by the referee. I didn't see exactly what landed to cause that. And I think a point has been taken there as well. It wasn't entirely obvious to me what that point deduction would have been for. Maybe carrying the head in slightly low from the gesture of the referee. But it was definitely a standing count. Then a lead right hand there from Vinka. And Vinka, in terms of style, is just so much more economical than Bahachuk. Yes, she does take punches, but she keeps that guard fairly high. Shuffles in, looks to let her hands go. Not too bothered about taking the odd punch, whereas Bahachuk is so expansive. Fighting the way she does requires an awful lot of energy. Again, just bouncing up on the balls of her feet there, right up on her tiptoes, Bahachuk, and then just looks to throw that big right hand in over the top, and Vinka again just steaming in, and it's another standing count. Bahachuk would be better off just trying to slow everything down a bit, just slow those feet down. She's almost hopping in there, as I said again, with that front foot virtually off the canvas. And Vinka's just hunting her down, knowing that balance-wise, just isn't that much there. She's got a very solid foundation, Vinka, to punch off. Bell goes at the end of the round, and that was eventful. That was certainly eventful. Couple of standing counts, and I'm pretty sure a point deduction there too. So the point has gone from Vinka, and I think it was for use of the head. And one judge there at the bottom has scored that round in favour of Bahachuk, just using the straight 10-point must. He's given that round to Bahachuk, despite the fact that Vinka scored 2 standing counts. So that's a 10-8 round for Bahachuk from the judge at the bottom of the graphic there. I cannot for the life of me understand how you would reach that conclusion. With the others, they scored that round for Vinka, but with a point deduction, that turns a 10-9 into a 9-9. And there goes Bahachuk again. It's so energy sapping to fight like that. The right hand comes in, and the referee signals no knockdown. That looked like a knockdown to me. I thought a punch started that, and she then cannoned on to the ropes, slid off the ropes, and ended up going down. And Vinka just looking to try and crawl all over Bahachuk here, work those hands, and Bahachuk trying to find a way out. It's difficult at the moment. So level on 4 cards after that opening round, due to the point deduction. And Vinka again just looking to back Bahadchuk up to the ropes. Bahadchuk just closing the gap there, throwing the left hand and then just wrapping Vinka up. A point has gone there for holding from Bahadchuk, and AIBA referees are quick to pick up on that. Good right hand there from Vinka. And Bahadchuk falling across the ring there as he looked to try and land a left hand, and the tank is emptying pretty rapidly here for Bahadchuk, and she walks onto a right and a left, and the referee is going to give the standing count there against Bahadchuk. That's her third of the fight. Good stiff left hand there from Vinka, who is a real strong fighter. As I said, she does take some punches, but she doles plenty out. And if you're going to stop her coming, if you're going to stop her in her tracks, then you've got to slow your feet down, you've got to plant your feet, you've got to hit her hard. And Bahadchuk's problem is that she never at any point really slows her feet down. But she is showing plenty of guts in there, because she's being hit with a lot here, fighting for Bosnia and Herzegovina. And the referee's decided to stop it. The referee's decided to stop it right at the end of the second round, and I make that a pretty good decision, actually, because Bahadchuk is all in there. She's absolutely spent. She's had 3 standing counts. Her point was deducted in that round as well, and the coaches in the Bosnia and Herzegovina corner aren't too thrilled with this, but I can see why he's done that, the referee. I can see why he's done it. 3 standing counts in total, and she's on the receiving end there. She showed plenty of bravery, but I think as I said, the tank was emptying to the point where it was practically empty. And I give her credit for staying on her feet at times there, to be honest, Bahadchuk, because Vinka hit her with some good solid shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, in bout number 65 in the ring B, win by RSC in the second round from the red corner, Vinka, India.
So Vinka goes through to the quarterfinals, where she will be up against Camila Bravo of Colombia. Fighters limbering up backstage. Still a good few fights to come this evening. Light flyweights, men's light flyweights we go into next. 3 fights in the 49 kilo division, and then we finish off with one at super heavy. And there's the fighter we've just seen. 2 fights in 2 days, that's a tough ask. Hard fight against Panida yesterday. Tight fight. And then a more comprehensive win this time around. not needing to go the full distance and getting those photos for posterity. She's through to the quarterfinals.
Bout number 66 in ring B, 49 kilograms, men's. Please, into the red corner from Iran, Mahdi PARVIZI.
So this is our first of 3 fights in the men's light flyweight division this evening in ring B. That's Mahdi PARVIZI of Iran. 22 fighters at light flyweight in the men's.
And please, to the blue corner from Colombia, Daniel Ipa.
Daniel Ipia of Colombia will be making his way in the blue corner. Whoever wins this will face Vishwamitra Chongtang of India in the next round. Chongtang got a bye with a draw on Monday.
And the judges of this bout: 1 Sri Lanka, 2 Jordan, 3 Armenia, 4 Latvia, and 5 Guatemala. And the referee of this bout from Poland, Maciej Jurgot.
So Mahdi PARVIZI of Iran with his back to us there in the red. Daniel Ipia of Colombia in the blue corner.
Round 1.
Swapping jabs. It was Ipia's, I think, that made slightly more solid contact. Ipia just shaping to try and throw a right hand over the top there. Didn't quite sneak it in around the back of the guard. PARVIZI trying to whip a left hand up from the waist. One, two there from PARVIZI was short. Nice left hand on the inside, though, from the Iranian. Big overhand right miss there, and PARVIZI is doing some good effective work here. He's nice and busy, but he's managing to keep his shape. Left hand on the inside. Good right to the body there, though, from Ipia. And again, some body work there from the Colombian, just dipping down. He's the shorter of the two. Right hand from Ipia. It's a good fight, this. Just over a minute gone. These two look pretty well matched. They look technically pretty proficient as well. Lead right hand there from PARVIZI. Not sure that actually got there. The corner away to my right hand side liked it. Of the two, it's Ipia who's got the slightly more settled style. PARVIZI uses a lot of movement. Well, the bell just going in the other ring, and both of them turned their back there, and PARVIZI re-engaged on the instruction of the referee. Ipia, I wouldn't say he wasn't quite ready for it, but a 1-2 came in and it caught him. Left hand there from PARVIZI as well. Left, right, left, finishes on the left hand. PARVIZI, who's having the better of this opening round. Good right hand, good straight right hand there from PARVIZI. Left hand there from Ipia, I think half blocked by the glove. PARVIZI comes back in with a flurry to finish the round. Good finish from the Iranian fighter as he makes his way back to the red corner there, Mahdi PARVIZI. Got a nice rhythm to him. Always staying busy. Movement looks a little bit exaggerated at times. And PARVIZI takes that opening round. 10-8 for Judge Vardan Bagdasaryan. 10-9s for everybody else.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
Good right hand there from Ipia at the start of the round, but PARVIZI again has come out quick here. Ipia's going to have to go with him. He got outworked in that first round. 1-2 didn't get there for PARVIZI, but finished on the left of the body, which did. Comes off the ropes with that left hand there, PARVIZI. Again, just reaches in with that right hand. Single shots in this second round so far, a lot of the time, but putting some combinations together there. He's just too quick for Ipia. Ipia's finding it difficult to respond. He's struggling to get off first. When he does look to try and lead off, then PARVIZI replies immediately and has just got that extra edge in the quickness of his hands to really be able to get the better of Ipia, whichever way they have it here. That was a nice kind of lead left uppercut from PARVIZI, a good right hand there too. And he's a difficult man to track down because he is always on the move. Does manage to get a decent amount of power on his punches though, despite that movement, because he slows those feet down just enough, sets them when he throws, and Ipia feels like he's got him backed up in the corner there and does land some fairly decent body work, but defensively again from PARVIZI, that was good. There wasn't a lot getting through there, to be honest. He looks a good fighter, the Iranian. solid left hand. Made contact there, then another one right to the point of the chin. Final 20 seconds of round 2, and it's another round that the PARVIZI has dominated here. Ippia just following him around the ring a bit, finding it hard to cut off the ring on PARVIZI.
Evin.
10-9s across the board there for Mahdi PARVIZI. So he's got a very handy lead. 2 points on 4 cards, 3 points on 1. And it'll take something pretty extraordinary from Ippia to turn this one around. Got good judgment of distance, the Iranian. Nice long levers. That was a lovely punch. Lead left uppercut, really.
Seconds out, please.
Which is a high-risk shot, but he landed it.
Third round.
Third and final round, so Mahdi PARVIZI of Iran in the blue, Daniel Ippia of Colombia. Daniel Ippia of Colombia, I beg your pardon, in the blue. Mahdi PARVIZI of Iran in the red. And Ippia's come out throwing at the start of round 3. The corner will know the scores. They've got monitors in the corners which inform them of the scores at the end of each round. It's not just us who get them. And so they know that he's got everything to do here. Just sat down on that 1-2. That's what I mean. He just slows down the feet just enough, just for long enough to be able to actually just sit down on his punches a bit sometimes and get that snap in them. Because there is that much movement. And if you're always punching on the move like that, then you can land. You can land scoring punches, but they're not really going to have too much effect. Good left hand from PARVIZI. And Ippia's got the same problem he's had right from the start of the fight. Cutting off the ring on PARVIZI, he's finding a very difficult thing to do. He's trying to maintain that discipline. He's not running after him. He's just trying to shuffle those feet across. But he's always able to find an extra good left hand again there from PARVIZI. He's picked his punches well. Into the final minute. Ippia's never looked hurt at any point, but he's been outdone here. He's been outdone here by a good fighter. Nice 1-2 again there from PARVIZI. Gets the distance absolutely right. Touch of gloves between the two at the end, and that's a comfortable win for Mahdi PARVIZI. Just taps the badge there at the end of the fight. Daniel Ippia tried everything that he could. Looks a pretty good fighter, nice and compact. Didn't really do anything wrong. It was just the fact that PARVIZI moved really well, picked his punches well, was nice and accurate. And I'll be interested to see him again. he will go in with Bishwamitra Chongtham of India in the next stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, in bout 66 in the ring B, win on points by unanimous decision from the red corner, Mahdi PARVIZI, Iran.
And as we knew would be the case, Mahdi PARVIZI of Iran gets the win. And with Armenia and Guatemala, there was a 10-8 in there. With the other three, it was 3 lots of 10-9. That 10-8 from Pastor Emerson of Guatemala coming in that third and final round. Vardan Bagdasaryan gave a 10-8 in round 1. There's a lot of movement from PARVIZI, as I was saying during the course of the fight, but he looks like he could fight at that kind of pace for 10, 12 rounds. His conditioning is obviously absolutely on point.
About 67 in the ring 2, 49 kilogram men's. Please into the red corner from Serbia, Omar AMETOVIC.
So staying in the light flyweight division from Serbia, boxing out of the red corner, Omar AMETOVIC.
And his opponent, please, to the blue corner from Poland, Oskar Jędrysiak.
And representing the home nation in the blue corner will be Oskar Jędrysiak of Poland.
And the judges of this bout: 1 Azerbaijan, 2 Bulgaria, 3 Korea, 4 Ireland, and 5 Uzbekistan. And the referee from Sri Lanka, Shiromala Tampu.
So these two brought to the centre of the ring, and you can see the difference in height there between Jędrysiak of Poland in the blue and AMETOVIC of Serbia in the red. Serbia will be the host nation for the AIBA Men's Senior World Championships later in the year. Belgrade. That's towards the end of October, start of November time.
Round 1.
So into the start of this, and AMETOVIC of Serbia in the red, Jędrysiak of Poland in the blue. AMETOVIC stepping onto the inside immediately there and looking to let his hands go, and Jędrysiak is going to have his hands full trying to prevent him from doing that. He's got the height, he's got the reach. Will he use it? Has he got a jab? A 1-2 to try and keep it on the outside. That would be the kind of traditional textbook way to go about this if you're Giorgia. It's not always the case for taller fighters. We've seen that a few times today. AMETOVIC just dips to his left and looks to throw that right hand over the top. Giorgia at the minute is just struggling with AMETOVIC a bit. Struggling to keep him off, keep him at distance. AMETOVIC with those low hands. Looking confident. Giorgia tends to lead off with a kind of left hook often that he throws from around about the waist. I haven't really seen him throw a jab yet. And the jab is what he needs when AMETOVIC comes in like that and come forward, he will like that all night. He needs that jab. He's got to start throwing that jab if he's got it, Giorgia. Right hand up top, right hand to the body there from AMETOVIC. The one to the body, I think, got through okay. Just feinting with that front foot there, AMETOVIC. Threw the overhand right, was short with it, but then moved in behind it anyway. Got onto the shoulder of Giorgia. Trying to work to the body there. Neat looking right hand there from AMETOVIC, who plants his feet wide and just swings. And looks to go for a little walk with Giorgia. I don't think anybody's really holding there. It was both of them doing the same thing. Bit of blood from the nose, I think, is there? The doctor just having a quick look at that. He's been roughed up a bit in this opening round, Giorgia. And swapping left hands on the inside there. Right hand around the side of the head there from AMETOVIC, but that wasn't his fault. Giorgia kind of half turned as he was exiting to his right-hand side. And this fight really at the minute is at exactly the distance that AMETOVIC were wanted at. Giorgia seems happy to try and engage with him close up. Good right hand there from AMETOVIC again. And blood coming from the nose of Giorgia. That was AMETOVIC's round, that opening round, no doubt about that. Ten nines across the board there for AMETOVIC, so he's got himself into a lead at the end of round one, and Giorgia has got to try and find some answers here. The obvious answer is to try and keep it on the outside, try and use that jab 1-2. He's got the height, he's got the reach, and get some snap on that, catch AMETOVIC on the way in. When AMETOVIC steps to him, just take a step, give himself that space. But if he doesn't have that jab, and he won't necessarily just because he's a tall fighter, if he hasn't got it, then he's got a problem here, because when it comes to boxing on the inside, AMETOVIC has got an advantage, because with those shorter levers, he's got more capacity to work up close than Giorgia has. Again, he gets up close there, AMETOVIC. That was a good-looking right hand. Lead right hand there from AMETOVIC. That was a good shot. Just close the gap. Left hand on the inside. Blood coming from the end of the nose again here. And AMETOVIC is beating Giorgia up here. And the Polish fighter again will be taken to see the doctor. AMETOVIC would just look over to his coaching team away to my right-hand side in that red corner. They're happy with what they're seeing here. They are more than happy. There isn't any real suggestion here that Giorgia has got the answers. I still haven't seen him throw a jab. Lead right hand again there, just dips to the left-hand side, throws that lead right. If he doesn't land it, then he can just follow it straight onto the shoulder. It's a shot to nothing, really. Good upper body movement there from AMETOVIC, throws that right hand, pulls the weight back. This is good from the Serbian. Left hand, straight left hand, that time crashed through. Left hand makes contact there again. Midway through round two, this is shaping up to be a 10-8 round for AMETOVIC, I would say, if it keeps going like this. Nice bit of movement there again from AMETOVIC. There is a lot more to him than just being a come forward, get onto the inside and let your hands go kind of fighter. A lot more to him than that. That is what he looks like. That's what he looks to try and do, but he's got some cute head movement in there. Again with that lead right hand and again straight onto the shoulder. It's very difficult to counter that. Into the final minute of round two. Nice right to the body there from AMETOVIC, then goes up top. Good right cross, just clips the chin there of AMETOVIC. And referee telling AMETOVIC to keep the head up, but he's a short fighter. He's a lot shorter than Giorgia, and when he throws that right hand, he's bound to dip his head to the left-hand side. I don't think he's really carrying it in unnecessarily low. He's just carrying it in at his own head height. Referee's taken a point there, I think. I think that was the motion to ringside. I think that's harsh. I think that's really harsh on AMETOVIC. I don't think it's going to matter because, for me, he's probably won that round 10-8, but I just don't think he is carrying his head in that low. He's the shorter of the two. And when he throws that overhand right, he's bound to dip to his left-hand side. He's not going to stand stock upright, weight back in his heels. And he does have the point taken off him there, but 10-8 from three of the judges there, as I thought might be the case. So that just narrows the gap slightly, given the fact that there was a point taken off, but he's still very much in control of this. That lead right hand's been effective.
Out, please.
Been really effective.
Third round.
So into the third and final round. AMETOVIC of Serbia in the red, Giorgia of Poland in the blue. AMETOVIC very much in control of this, even though he had that point deduction in the previous round. He's dominated these first two rounds so far. Giorgia, give him credit, he's hanging in there, he's always throwing, he's looking to work, he's trying to get something done. And the referee again there just talking to AMETOVIC about the head. I still haven't seen Giorgia throw a jab. He hasn't thrown a single jab all fight, and the blood just coming from the end of the nose again here. He's been hit with plenty here, the Polish fighter. Lead right hand again there from AMETOVIC. And winner of this one gets Hamza Asadi of Morocco in the next round, and that winner is going to be Omar AMETOVIC. Unless Giorgia can find some way to take him out in the final 85 seconds of round three. I think the corner are just telling AMETOVIC not to take it easy exactly. I'm not sure he's really capable of doing that, but I don't think they want to see another another point go. I think that might be what they're saying. He doesn't seem to be paying all that much attention to them, to be honest. Just good quick hands on the inside there from AMETOVIC. Into the final minutes of round 3. No sign of AMETOVIC slowing down here. He's definitely got an engine. And a point goes from Giorgia for holding there. So they've now both had 1 point taken. Left hand just got through the guard there for Giorgia, and this has been a pretty bruising encounter for him. You can see by his face there that he's been tagged clean a number of times. But as I said, he's never looked like spewing it, as we would say in boxing. He's never looked like turning it in. He's just kept going right the way through to the end. But that's a good performance from AMETOVIC. He's a good fighter to watch as well. And it will be him who goes through to the next round to face Hamza Asadi of Morocco. One more fight coming in the light flyweight division. That's between Georgi Ginoiu of Romania and Dimitri Vieru of Moldova. And then we've got the big boys. One fight at super heavy, just to finish things off.
Ladies and gentlemen, in bout 67 in the ring B, win on points by unanimous decision from the red corner, Omer Ametovic, Serbia.
One each on the warnings. And big gap on the cards between those two. A good number of 10-8s in there from our 5 judges rather. And Emil Gurbanaliev has given a couple there over the course of his card. There's that left hand. He's a real handful, AMETOVIC. And as I said, during the fight, he's not just some kind of come forward attack dog. There's some science there too. He's got some good head movement. He punches off that head movement. There's a bit of variety. He'll take some beating.
About 68 in the ring B. 49-kilogram men's, please, into the red corner from Romania, Gheorghe Ginoiu.
So into the red corner here for Romania, Georgi Ginoiu.
And his opponent, please, into the blue corner from Moldavia, Dimitri Vieru.
And coming into the blue corner there, Dimitri Vieru of Moldova. Whoever wins this will be up against Ibrahim Ishjonov of Uzbekistan.
Israel, 3, Slovakia, 4, Turkey, and 5, Guatemala. And the referee of this bout will be from Jordania, Yunis Nabel.
So this is our final fight of this evening session at light flyweight. One more to come after this. That is right at the opposite end of the weight spectrum in the men's super heavyweight division. Fighters at super heavy will weigh twice as much as these guys, roughly speaking. That's Dumitru Vieru of Moldova. And over in the red corner, we have got Giorgia Ginoiu of Romania. Yunus Nabil of Jordan taking charge of this. So here we go, three-minute rounds. Ginoiu of Romania in red, Dumitru of Moldova in
Round
blue.
one.
Ginoiu with a right hand followed by a left hook there. The left hook got through. Jab to the body there from Ginoiu. And then switches it upstairs. Dumitru just winging with a left hook himself. Hasn't really managed to land too much just yet in the opening 30 seconds. Another jab there from Ginoiu. Right hand gets through there from Dumitru. A long right hand from Ginoiu. And again there, he's looking for that right. Left to the body from Ginoiu. He just looks a little bit more compact, a bit more balanced than Dumitru. Left to the body there, that's a good shot from Ginoiu. And a stiff right hand too, as he caught Dumitru standing quite square, quite tall there. He does like to go down to the body. They're both pretty tall, these two, for light flyweights. So the body is an area that you might want to look to try and attack, because there's more of it than you usually find for fighters at 46 to 49 kilos. Nice one too there from Ginoiu. Dumitru does get through with the right hand there, though. He's quite ragged at times, quite open, the fighter in blue. Big left hook being aimed there by Ginoiu. Didn't quite find the target. Good jab, just jerks the head back there of Dumitru, stops him dead in his tracks as he was looking to try and come forward. Again going down to the body there, Ginoiu. Jab to the chest as Dumitru came forward trying to throw his right hand. There's a good bit of variety about the Romanian. The Moldovan has got plenty of aggression, Dumitru, but the skill level of the fighter in red is quite significantly high. Good jab got through, and then the right hand followed it up. Left to the body. Right hand there from Dumitru, and then a right hand answers it from Ginoiu. Entertaining opening round between those two. Ginoiu gets it with all 5 judges. It was clearly his round, that opening round.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second. Gnoya shaping with the right, didn't let it go, and then did throw the left, and it caught Dumitru on the way in. They both swapped jabs in the centre of the ring. Good right hand there from Dumitru. That was some proper success for him at the start of the round. Neil looking for the jab. Dumitru trying to step in and let that right hand go. That shot he landed at the start of the round will give him some confidence, because there is a shortfall between these two. There's a gap. Bit of a gulf, really, you would probably have to describe it as, in skill between these two. So Dumitru is going to have to do this the hard way. Just keep coming, hoping that he gets to Gnoya at some point, that he can bring that pressure to bear. Looking for that left hand to the body, but he blocked it effectively there, Dumitru. Gnoya's looked for that shot throughout the fight. It's been interesting to see him switch from body to head. Good right hand again there, though, from Dumitru, but then he got caught on the way past a little bit of a balance issue there. He didn't go down. The referee just asking him to wipe those gloves anyway. Kind of staggered into the ropes in the end. He's had a better round here, Dumitru Vieru. I've been calling him by his first name throughout the fight so far, which is a little bit over-familiar. Dumitru Vieru of Moldova in the blue. Closing stages of round two. Just a little dart to the body there from Gnoya. Left hand into the pit of the stomach. Right hand comes back there from Vieru. And I think he feels that was low. And the referee's taken a point there straight away. Taking a point for the low blow there immediately. And that does strike me as being a little bit harsh, but it's very much at the discretion of the referee. It'll be interesting to see how that affects things scoring-wise. My feeling was in that round that Vieru had a better round, not necessarily a good enough round to win the round, and that's borne out there because the judges all found in favour of Gnoya, but that effectively ends up being an even round because he had the point deducted. So rather than it being 20-18 on all 5 cards, it's 19-18. So he's got to be careful. And that was the start of the round there where he clocked him with 2-3 good punches, Vieru.
Seconds out, please. Third round.
Long right hand there from Gnoya. So he's got that point advantage on all 5 cards going into the final round. The Romanian boxer wearing red just manages to spin Vieru. The referee saying that he kind of corralled Vieru around there using the inside of his left arm. Could have had a point there, the referee. Vieru just trying to step in again and let those hands go. Nice straight right hand there, though, from Gnoya. He's just looking to try and put his stamp on things in round 3. He's won the previous 2 rounds. He's the better fighter of these two by some distance, really, but he just doesn't want to open the door at all because he knows that he's lost that point in the previous round. They know the round scores in the corner, as I keep saying. They know that he's ahead, but they know that he's ahead by a point rather than 2 points, despite having won both of those rounds. Nice jab from Ginoyu. Doubling up on the jab, the second one got there. And Vieira just comes marauding forward. And in the end, he ends up being kind of pushed down to the canvas there by Ginoyu. And that just demonstrates as we head into the latter stages that it's Ginoyu of the two who's fresher. He's still the stronger. Nice jab again there. Looking for the left to the body. Stiff jab. Into the final minute. It's been a good performance this from Giorgia Ginoyu. And he will be on his way to face Ibrahim Ishjanov of Uzbekistan in the next round. Gum shield's come out. Gum shield belonging to the Romanian fighter. Rinse that off. Referee there just disinfecting his surgical gloves. Nice jab there from Vieira, who's looking to try and launch an all-out assault right at the very end here. Turned that right hand over nicely there, Ginoyu, and he's just windmilling a bit towards the end here, Dimitri Vieira. He's putting absolutely every ounce of effort into this that he can, but that was a difficult job for him, the Moldovan, boxing out of the blue corner, because Giorgia Ginoyu is a pretty polished operator by the look of him. And he's won that fight with plenty to spare, despite the point deduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, in bout number 68 in the ring B, win on points by unanimous decision. The red corner, Giorgia Ginoyu, Romania.
And he gets it 3 rounds to 0 on all of the cards, and that score changed from 30 to 27 to 29 to 27 due to that point deduction that he had for a low blow in round 2. So he safely makes his way through to the next round, as I said, where he will face Ibrahim Ishjanov of Uzbekistan. So one more fight remaining in Ring B, and we go from the light flyweights all the way up to the super heavyweights, where we'll have Jahongir Zokirov of Uzbekistan up against Marlon Hurtado of Colombia.
Bout number 69, the heavyweight division. Please, into the red corner from Uzbekistan, Jahongir Zakirov.
And making his way into that red corner, there is Jahongir Zokirov of Uzbekistan.
Into the blue corner from Colombia, Marlon Hurtado, Colorado.
And Marlon Hurtado into the blue corner for Colombia. So this is the 91 kilos plus division. 18 fighters entered at super heavy in the men's competition.
And the judges of this bout: 1 Korea, 2 Latvia, 3 Russia, 4 Poland, 5 Ireland, and referee of bout number 69 from Armenia, Vardan Bagdasaryan.
And whoever wins this one will be up against a Kazakh, Amanat Sabigali, in the next round. So we could have Uzbekistan up against Kazakhstan. But Marlon Hurtado will have something to say about that. Boxing out of the blue corner for Colombia. Zokirov in the red there, representing Uzbekistan. He's a big, imposing figure. Got a good deal of height there on Hurtado. So Zokirov in the red, Hurtado in the blue.
Round 1.
Final fight of this evening session in Ring B. Zokirov in the southpaw stance. Hurtado made a good start there, stepped in through the right hand and landed it. He's an orthodox fighter. Left to the body there from Zokirov. Looking to wind up with that left hand there, Zokirov. Whipped it up the centre. Looks to try and get on the jab. Just dabbing with that lead right hand. The problem for Hurtado is going to be getting near enough to Zokirov to land anything on him. He's going to have to take some risks. He's got to try and move that head. If he's coming forward, he's got to try and move that head. He comes in a bit square there. He's on the end of the 1-2 in that kind of middle range. He needs to be all the way out or all the way in, really, Hurtado. Getting stuck in middle distance is bad, because with the height and the reach that Zokirov has got, he can just pin him on the end of that jab left hand. Pretty efficient Zokirov. He's not looking to load up and throw anything massive, but he's varying it up nicely. Goes up to the head. Also looks to target the body at times. Always keeping those hands busy. Hurtado takes one into the body there. There was nothing wrong with that. The referee saying that was low. It wasn't. That's a good left hand there from Zokirov. Into the final minute of round 1. Looks very at ease in there, very at home in the ring. And that left hand just barreled into the chest there of Hurtado. It just sends him completely off balance, really. He's on his way in there trying to get something done, and it just means he has to start again. He has to reset and start again, and he looks for that left to the chest, to the body. Often Zokirov, referee just telling Hurtado to try and keep his head up and just chipping away Zokirov. Maybe he'll open out a little bit more in rounds 2 or 3, but winning this first round in these 3-round contests is absolutely crucial. Good strong left hand, and another one there from Zokirov, putting his punches together towards the end of the round, and that was clinical, efficient stuff from the Uzbekistan fighter wearing red away to my right-hand side. And some 10-8s in there, which doesn't come as a great surprise. Sadie Duffy, Sergei Krutasov, Kim Jong-jin going 10-8s there. A couple of 10-9s as well, so a significant margin already for Jahongir Zokirov. Can maybe get this done inside the distance, I think, if he decides he wants to put the hammer down. That's no criticism of Marlon Hurtado. He went about his business in that opening round. He's doing the best he can. He's just in with somebody there who's got some real natural attributes. He's been well drilled, clearly, as everybody who comes through that Uzbekistan Federation is, and has got a bit of pop on his punches too. So into the second round, Jahongir Zokirov of Uzbekistan. He's in the red. Marlon Hurtado of Colombia is in the blue. Pulls back nicely there, Zokirov. He's just waiting for Hurtado to throw something, fall in a little bit. He'll pull back and then counter with the left hand. Left to the body was a solid shot there from Zokirov, and again the 1-2 comes in off the back of a strong left hand, and the referee gives a standing count. That's a good standing count from the ref there, because you could see that had put a little bit of a dent in Hurtado, and if Zokirov had been allowed to continue there, then he could have landed something really big. And it's another standing count there for the Colombian, and again it's that jab left hand that has done the damage there. 40 seconds remaining in round 2. Hurtado is insisting that he is okay to continue. The referee is having a word with the timekeeper there, and I think that he's called the fight over. I think he's decided that he doesn't need to see any more from Marlon Hurtado, that all that awaited him there was further punishment, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that call at all, because he's right. That is all that awaited Hurtado there. He'd already been nailed with a couple of 1-2s, a couple of standing counts, and he looked willing to continue, but you have to save a fighter from himself sometimes, and that's what the referee has done there, and that's a good call. So Jahongir Zokirov will go through to fight Amanat Zabegali of Kazakhstan in the next round. Uzbekistan against Kazakhstan. That will be interesting. Strong left hand there. That was a nice long left too, and he was just beginning to really pick him off.
Ladies and gentlemen, in about 69, win by KO from the red corner, Jahongir Zokirov, Uzbekistan.
So winner by knockout there, Jahongir Zokirov. It kind of looked like the referee had stopped the contest, but the referee did look towards the timekeepers, so I'm assuming there that Hurtado did get counted out, which is slightly curious because he was still on his feet, but it's of no great consequence. Zakirov has won inside the distance there, and as I said, it did look like he could get the stoppage. It was just a question if he was going to just be a little bit more expansive. I'm not sure he necessarily was, actually. He just kept doing what he was doing, but these are big, heavy hands he's got. He just took the steam out of Hurtado completely. And every now and again, he just go down to the body as well. So that concludes things in Ring B for today. Had good action in the afternoon session and in the evening here. We've seen some good fighters. A few to look out for as we head into the coming days, as we get really towards the business end of the Youth World Championships here in Kielce in Poland. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do join us again tomorrow.